All right, Coach, opening statement on today's 55-6 win over Houston Christian.
First of all, I want to say thanks to the crowd and all the alumni that came out and the town that showed up. It was a really good atmosphere, beautiful day in Nacogdoches out in the Piney Woods, and Lumberjacks got them a big homecoming win. A little slow start to the day, but really good finish, and we challenged them, just to play a complete game. It's not always going to go your way, but I thought they did. And really good response, just coming back off of last week. Just a tough, gut-wrenching last-second loss there at Southeastern, and to roll into this one against a good Houston Christian team that had just come off, crushing McNeese, and we knew they were going to be tough. And going into it a little shorthanded, got some guys still banged up and not able to play, but other guys stepped up. Injuries equal opportunities. And was really pleased just across the board how the guys played, and it was evident there in the final score. So good win at home, and we're going to enjoy this one for about another 23 hours, and then we'll turn the page to Nicholls State.
We talk about one of those guys stepping up in a huge opportunity, Clayton. 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions, I told him, kind of like a Randy Moss-esque type stat with that type of efficiency. Just talk about the reaction on the sideline for his first career score, and then being able for him to score again in the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he had a really good night and had a couple touchdowns there. I was really disappointed in him on the bad throw that he nearly one-hand. I mean, we would have been, it was a Sports Center top 10, easy, been the catch of the year. And he didn't bring it in. But no, he had a great night. And I tell you what, you saw him, you see a lot of these freshmen stepping up. Lawote Durkin had a big sack out there. The whole sideline went crazy. So, that's where a lot of these young guys are stepping up that are getting some playing time. Got a lot of freshmen in that secondary that are playing. And so that's great for them tonight, but it's really good for our future. And to see a guy like Clayton have the night he did was really fun. He's been steady Eddie and really solid. Missed a few weeks with an injury, but he's going to be a great one here.
And then another, just something that I noticed, one of the biggest things that you've been trying to grow during the season is the punt return game. And having Trayshawn Adams just being able to open one for 46 yards and kind of weave his way into the end zone. Just talk about that play.
Right. No, I thought our special teams overall dominated. This is the first game that I think we've won a game with special teams. We've had some pushes and everything else, but we were, perfect kicking the ball. We were terrific off the tee. Jacob Hand is really putting them deep, and that helps when they did return it. I think they only averaged 11 yards return on KOR, which was fantastic. But then the punt return game, that was a great one there. We had him backed up. We knew we'd get a low line drive kick, and so we stuck him back there, and he did all the work. But I thought Cannon Lindbergh, another true freshman from Gunner, state champion, he fielded the ball really well. We've had trouble with that this year, fielding punts. And so trust me, it was nice to see that and see him get pay dirt. And that breeds excitement and breeds success. And so hopefully that's just one step forward, and we'll have many more.
Turn it over to the media.
Yeah, Coach, one of the things I was going to ask you about, too, you talked about the slow start. What finally went well? What finally clicked once?
I think they just didn't panic, and they run a unique defense. It's that 3-3 stack, 3 high safety, and it takes some getting used to. And they did some there. They've got good coaches, and they've got scholarships too. And so it took a little while, a little bit of a chess match there between the coaches. And once we kind of got them figured out, we got them going. But we didn't panic. I thought the defense played a phenomenal game, and they kept us in it, kept points off the board. To give up a grand total of 208 yards against an offense like that's I think second in the country in tempo, and that's a lot of snaps to have to play and defend and not give up a touchdown. And the 6 points we did give up, both of them were dead burn 15-yard penalties keeping drives alive. We got to get that cleaned up because it's going to cost you. It cost us last week. Penalties cost us last week. And so we'd like to see that cleaned up a little bit. But terrific job by the defense tonight, keeping points off the board early. And then once offense got going, it was, it was over.
And, a couple of years ago, you had that long winning streak. Now it looks like you got another streak going on here, undefeated at home this year.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nathan. It's the 8th inning. The guy's got a no-hitter. Let's talk about it. I'm just teasing. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was saying, Yeah, how important is that? Or are there conversations like that go on about winning at home?
You want to win at home. I mean, you play better at home. You're in your own locker room. You know, it makes it a little more easy at halftime. Some of these locker rooms, these visiting locker rooms, are absolutely pathetic in college football. But you know, you've got more fans, more parents, more students, more friends up in the stands, and so that, you know, that's a neat environment to play in. I think the guys have done a really, really good job. Again, would like it. Yes, I'd like to be undefeated on the road too, but we're not. But we'll take it 4 in a row here at home, and we've got a couple more tough ones to end the season. But we got a juggernaut of a game coming up this Saturday on the road, Thibodaux, Louisiana, and that was going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and Coach, you know, speaking on the home game, obviously you had the 2 road games last 2 weeks. Then you're going to have a couple more road games after this one. Kind of, how is it that having this home game, having that home cooking almost, just in between a couple of long road stretches?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough 5 weeks and tough team, tough games, and you know, to go down there and get the win against a top 25 team at Lamar was huge. You know, played great. I was proud of our guys the way they played last week. Ended up 1 point short last play of the game, but to come back and respond the way they did, I mean, I believe in this team. I love this team. We've got some special kids, and we got some special coaches, and I think we're just going to keep getting better. And I know everybody wants to win every game. So do I. It doesn't always work that way, but as long as we keep improving and keep putting our best foot forward, you know, there's still a lot of football left, and we took another step, you know, towards playing on past Thanksgiving here tonight, and so we'll work hard this week to do it again.
Yeah, Coach, you know, kind of going back to tonight's game, obviously on offense, really balanced game, over 300 yards passing, over 200 yards rushing. Just overall, you know, big plays kind of really started to open up after that 96-yard touchdown. How important is it to have an offense that's balanced on both sides, to have, if one side of the ball, if you're maybe not running the ball well or maybe not throwing the ball well, you can lean on the other side and maybe not have as much of a one-dimensional offense?
It just, they complement each other. You know, you hear complementary football, offense, defense, and that is true. But offensively, if you don't have a run game, you're going to have a hard time throwing it, you know, because they're just going to drop and dare you to run and drop 8 and take things away. So when you can move the sticks running the football, nothing's more, I was an old DC, nothing is more demoralizing than getting the ball just run down your throat. And so you squeeze down and you pack the box, and that's what they were doing. And then we went up over the top. I thought Coach Ross and offensive staff, just hearing them work during that defensive series is what they were going to come back to. That was cool to see, and those guys do a good job putting together a good game plan, and then the players executing it. So, you know, that run game complements, and what they did a good job of, I thought, you know, credit Houston Christian, is taking away our fast screens, you know, which is, to me, an extension of our run game. You know, we're slinging it out there, it's RPO stuff, and we're catching it at 2 yards, but running for 16. We've averaged over 150 yards after catch last few weeks, and they did a good job taking that away. And that's what we kind of had to get adjusted to. Made some adjustments in the run game, got the sticks going, and then started going big ball over the top. So that was fun.
Lumberjacks complete the homecoming gauntlet of 3 homecoming games in a row. Obviously, this one a little bit more in your favor. 55-6 over Houston Christian. Coach, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Excellent.